Hello, everyone out there. I have faith you're having a wonderful day today, as I am. It is very nice out today. And I had a request from someone to do a video on the word artificial and give my commentary on what artificial is. And I'm gonna walk around during this video. It's quite interesting out here, so I'll show you what I'm looking at while I'm making this video, so you don't have to look at me. You can look at the scenery, which is kind of odd looking. You can see it. That's the lake has that's actually snow. That's all water. It's not even the lake. This is the lake. It hasn't even melted yet because it got so warm so fast. So there's still snow in piles, and this ground has got puddles on it from all the snow that has melted. That's how sunny and warm it is today. It's all of a sudden 60 degrees. It's crazy. So let's talk about artificial. What does it mean to be artificial? What is the word artificial, and how are we all using it actually? People have a contorted idea of what artificial is. Artificial is something that everyone's doing. I'm doing it right now. I'm creating artificial material. I'm doing it right now. You have natural material, you have artificial material. We'll get into natural a bit too, to better understand what artificial is. Oh, you got planes. It's not gonna be sunny much longer. So artificial means the art, and official, which is in front of you, face to face, your face. If you see your face, you're looking at what you have created, truly. And that's what the face is. When you speak to someone, you face to face, you are looking at something you have created, that at least at a communication level. And so it's an art that you are beholding. It's in front of you. It's your work of art is what artificial is. That's truly what it means. It's not something that is evil or should not exist. Artificial things, as long as we exist as how we do, using nature to create things, it's artificial. That's truly what it means, is to take nature and to create something else out of it, to create some type of art. The same way that people paint. I mean, back when people first started painting, they used to use different berries and fruits and probably flowers and all kinds of things to generate these colors. And just because they're using something natural doesn't mean that they're not creating something artificial, because they are. Because the artificial it's truly natural, because it comes out of the natural earth. Everything does. Everything comes from nature. Everything comes from nature. And when we realize this, we realize that artificial is nothing bad. It's how people are utilizing these arts. They're utilizing them in ways to deter, confuse, belittle, and violate humanity as a whole. Individuals using it to steal and rob through artistic ways that are confusing and convoluting, when we can use these same arts in a way that does something that is more unifying and show compassion through the arts. Show exuberance, show life. Life is, in a sense, like artificial idea. Because it comes out of nature, and it's something that you have, yet it's something outside of you at the same point, because if you didn't have other things that you were existing with, you would not have life. If I wasn't walking on this ground right here, if I wasn't standing in front of this lake observing, if I didn't have that sun in the sky, all these trees around, they're gonna grow green leaves soon, my life would be empty to me. This is what I like, is nature, but my observation of this is artificial. Because it's not only physical things, it's metaphysical as well. If you were to just observe everything, you would be nature. But once you start interacting and quantifying, qualifying, and going through thoughts of what things are, how it could be utilized, even before you utilize it in any way, you're creating artificial constructs in your mind. And artificial, it means your work. Your art is your work, so it's what you're doing, it's what you are creating, it's what you have put in front of you. We all live in an artificial environment. It's just how balanced in it with what nature actually is. How do we take artificial material, something that's already been created, and create something else artificial out of it? Are we stealing someone else's art, or are we creating our own art? That's where things get very contorted and convoluting, because you get into this long tube of just artificial creations, and when you are only creating off of what someone else has done, you'll never see the nature that is. You'll never see what it is to actually live. You'll never realize how to be balanced. Because you have to be able to pull back and see that nature is in balance with artificial materials all the time. And when we create purely out of nature, we're creating something that's never been done before. It's where my thoughts come from. It's where my ideas come from. It comes from nature. It comes from just what is. I don't create them. I don't necessarily come up with them. They just come to me, and then I observe them in different ways to create an artificial idea to give to people, like in this video right now. So I said I'm making art right now. I wasn't saying just because I'm making a video. I'm talking about this whole idea that I'm giving you. This is artificial. I'm putting this together through my words, which is an art in itself. Everything's art. It's a construct. And you use nature to construct things. What are houses built out of? Wood or steel, metals. Everything comes from nature. Even plastics. Plastics come from nature. Everything comes from nature. There's nothing that's truly only made in a lab. The materials at some point in time came from nature, especially in idea, because that's what they do in a lab a lot, is they get what's natural, they get the herb, they get the plant that has a healing or effect that they would like to utilize, and then they figure out how they can extract that, what it actually is, where it is, and then how to recreate it in an artificial way, but it's still truly coming from nature. They're just diving in to a small crack of it that ends up destroying the mind's ability to exist harmoniously with nature. because you end up falling into the hole. But as I've said plenty of times, within the hole is everything. You just have to be able to see it, because within everything that's artificial, you got what you need in it. You just have to figure out how to utilize it, or at least figure out how to get back to a point that you actually want to be at, that's more conducive for your existence. A lot of people don't want to live like I do. A lot of people wouldn't walk outside in their bare feet, especially with it all being wet and muddy. That's fine. That's what I do. I like to be close to nature. I like to listen to geese. Are they fighting? What are they doing? So to finish up the idea of artificial is, let me finish telling you what the word has meant in a historic sense even. Artificial was first used, if you look up the etymology of it, during, I think, 1500s when it first came around, and it was used in the reference as the artificial day. That was the first time it was used, the artificial day, which this right here, when you start thinking of what that actually means, this tells you what artificial actually is. Without even breaking down into art and official and getting down to those words to figure out what those mean, which is work, skill. Art is your skill. And the artificial day is nothing more than the day that you are existing in, that you're actually doing work in, that you're creating something in, that you're building something, because the artificial day took place from sunrise to sunset. That was the artificial day. Because what is that sun? That sun natural? They say it's the artificial sun. But if you understand what artificial is, you would also understand and overstand, understand, omnistand, that sun is artificial, because that sun is a reflection of the black hole we're standing on, which is the nature of everything. It's nothing. Then we get something out of nothing, which is artificial, because you create the art, which is something out of just, people see this as nothing, but nothing isn't what people think it is. It's just something that's there. It's now thing. There's a thing there, and it is what it is. It's that simple. Just those geese are those geese. They are what they are. I'm not gonna go disturb them. They're doing their thing. People mess around with nature too much. If they want to come say hello, they'll come say hello. So the artificial day is sunrise to sunset. The natural day is the whole entire thing. It's the whole entire day. They quantified it as a 24-hour day. So the artificial day changed because it's artificial. Things that are artificial can change, but the natural day is all day, every day. It's always the natural day. It doesn't end. Do you see the concept that I'm giving here, that everything takes place in nature? The natural day, which a day is, it is what it is. This is the day. It is all a day. It's all you got is the day. Night is something a little bit different, because what people would consider night is still the day. Why do you ask what day it is of the week? But if the day was only when the sun was up, wouldn't you also say what day or what night it is of the week? No, that's not how it is. But we're not going to get into that. You can go think about that one. So, the artificial day takes place in the natural day. The artificial day changes. The natural day does not. the natural day is always. The artificial day ends and it begins again, because you're not always working. You can't always work. If you're always working, you're going to burn yourself out. You will cease to exist if you're always working, because you're not able to actually consume and enjoy the arts and fruits of the labor that you have done for yourself. That's why you work. You work for yourself. So, to wrap it up, artificial is not in any way negative. It's not negative. It's just a part of it. It's a part of nature. And we have to accept that. Once people accept that things that are artificial will always be present, we can accept things like technology, which I'm not a fan of, mostly because of how it's utilized and the purposes of it. Different forms of maybe transportation, all these different things that we use on a daily basis that it's not natural, but it allows for this artificial life that we're living to actually come together. And that's what we're here to do, is to live an artificial life. Because if we were here to be natural 100% in nature, we would be the tree. We would just be. We wouldn't be moving, doing all these things. We would just be. We'd be everything. That's what nature is. It's everything. So that's it for this video. If you anyone out there has any more requests for some videos you would like me to do, let me know. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to my channel. And even if you are subscribed, turn on the notifications, because I don't get many views through notifications, which it may just be people not getting my notifications. Who knows? But everyone have a wonderful rest of your day.